Hello, this is Johnny. I got several different RetroArcade. These two are the standard version of it. I have actually removed my Pymenu from RetroArcade. Pymenu is a menu that looks almost like this, which is not close to even look like that. And this one support all the emulator, where this one do not support a lot of emulator. It does support Sega Genesis on the original firmware. Now, if you, we're going to talk about a little bit in comparison a little bit. And also we're going to cover today, somebody asked me, is there a game called Demon Font? And we're going to look at that too. RetroArcade, the first time when it came out with smoke black. Then this one came out, which is blue and black at the bottom, and sometimes you get a blue in the bottom as well. And then later this one took a long time to come out, which is the same color as the Neo Geo Mini, the Japanese version. Okay, and the only thing different is the screen is bigger and it's 6 buttons. Okay, everything else is very similar. Okay, now this do not play May, unfortunately. Neither does Pi customer firmware. Now, customer firmware is a new firmware that is similar to their ancestor of the handheld game, like the RS97. And there's one called PAL PAP-K3. Those are all made by the same company that actually I guess they purchased the right to it, and so they're the one who's creating all the emulator as you see on this two system. Now this one has Sega. Those of you who know, it come with I think I just accidentally clicked on the game. What I meant to do is show you what kind of game that it came with. Okay, it came with this type of game, arcade. Now the arcade, it only support Capcom 1 and 2 and Neo Geo. And the Neo Geo, it only supports some. Now those who's following me in YouTube, subscribe to me in YouTube, would know that I did a lot of video and got a lot of Neo Geo working, actually the full package of Neo Geo working on this system, on both of the original firmware, but you have to convert it to FBA. And they have Game Boy, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Nintendo, which is called Famicom, Game Boy Color, Game Boy, and that's pretty much it. Everything else, if you add it to it, it does not support the video out, and does not support a second controller, and does not support a full screen. Not all of them. Some of them do. Okay, I was able to total come up with 21 emulator on this system, working on this system, but still no Nintendo 64. No, you could play some PlayStation, some Turbo 16 CD, but it does not play Nintendo 64. It does not play Sega Game Gear and Master System. Master System is an 8-bit system, and Game Gear is a Sega Genesis handheld. It doesn't support those. Okay. Now, if you change it to a custom firmware, it will be worse. What I mean is, you could have all the customer firmware emulator work on this original firmware, but if you move it to a Pymenu, there's a lot of stuff that does not work. It look pretty like this. Now this one we have used a small guy from Taiwan created a RgR board, which is identical size and measurement of the RetroArcade. So you don't have to drill any hole. The micro SD card go here, which is the Pi image, Raspberry Pi, RetroPie image. And that's how they got the name Pymenu. on which they try to do similar to this. But this one, it actually support a lot of emulator, and it actually also, what did I do? I lost my RK. Okay, we're gonna go check the RK one, and it also, let's just go in this way. It also support a lot of animation. Okay, this is the problem I'm running into with by adding too much feature to this system. I already charged this last night, and now less than 5 minutes the system power down. So I will have to do a direct connection. So this is why I recommend everybody. I know I did a lot of video suggesting to put a fan in and also add a marquee, but because this one is using the original battery like the RetroArcade, okay, it's not able to hold all that juice. So you're gonna get into a problem with it. So if you're gonna upgrade this to a Raspberry Pi, just upgrade it. Don't need to add fan, don't need to add marquee, because the more you add to the system, you are not able to, the system is not getting enough juice. And when it's not getting enough juice, you get a problem where system shut down and the video is scrolling like this. And once the system warm up, the video will stop. Because right now I just plug in and it's still thinking there's no enough battery in here. And so it's not giving enough power to the video card. So roughly you have to reboot this 3 times. So that's the cons. I'm not hiding anything from you. This is what I'm running to right now. Now some of you might not have this problem, because most of you probably won't have this problem, because I'm the one that go beyond and try to go fancy and put LED light in the back and a fan and everything in one system. So even with a PiCat, if you try to run everything on a Raspberry Pi, like I was mentioning in a previous video, it won't work. The image will not even load up. So the only way you can make it work, right now this image is loading up pretty well, but some image will not even load up on the PiCat. Now the PiCat is the box size 3 times bigger than this one. It's a 8 inches screen. This is only a 4.3. So let's just say twice the size, because it's double the size of the screen of this one. Now the PiCat does not work if you use the video card, the power cable. If you plug in directly to the Raspberry Pi, you will give you, the image will not even load at all. Okay, so I wind up separate them, and then I realized if a big system that big and have a lot of room and a lot of breathing air space, and it will do that, imagine this little one. That's why the little one is doing the same thing. Because if I try to put a fancy image in this system, it won't boot up either. Same thing with Pi image. So the sad thing is, yes, we able to upgrade this, use the same battery, portable battery and everything, but the battery is not giving enough juice to the system. See, the screen is real nice, you can see it from the side. But the problem is, it's not giving enough juice. So if you really want to play it for a long time, you want to plug it in using the power cable. Now with this one, since I already have the LED, the only way I could probably play this one is the best to my knowledge is plug in directly with the power. Now since I already have a fan running in the back, I'll be okay in temperature wise. But if you buying this, I don't recommend putting too much stuff on it, like LED light or the fan in it, because it's gonna eat up the juice from the one single battery, and that one single battery is only enough power to run the RetroArcade, which doesn't really have anything. You just have a car in here and a controller. That's it. So it doesn't have. That's why this thing does not even do video playing. It only play music, but it won't do video playing. If you try to do play video on this system, it won't work. Okay, so this does not play video. This one actually will. If you go into the game, it actually display the video. And those system does not support music video. Let's put it that way, or movie, because it does not have enough juice to do so. All right. If they try to make it happen, you probably will run into a problem where the system will not hold. It's like same thing like an iPhone. If you on the internet for a long time, you know, you're going to your battery is going to drain quicker than if you was just using it without using the internet, because the internet will drain very quick. So let's look up that game real quick. I know I'm doing a lot of talking for the last 10 minutes. Let me do some demo on this, and the guy's looking for a game called, oh, not T, sorry, D. I went to a T. D, I guess it's pronounced Demon. Font, press A. Okay. And this is Battletoad. Oh, went to wrong one. If you turn left and right, you go to a different emulator. You go straight down, you go to the we're still on the A. Oh, that's D. There's Dark Age. Dark Planet. Dark Tower. Okay, here's the E. It's Defender. Some kind of. There's a Defender. There you go. Demon Fun. So yeah, we have it. Okay. So yes, this image that I like this image a lot. It's easy to use. You got animation, beautiful pictures, not too fancy, but not too little, you know. And let's try it out. Okay. So like I was saying, the RetroArcade is good if you, I mean, it's not too bad for the price. You know, you could buy it from, is, you know, between, you know, 67, 69, 70. Sometimes you might even see $76 for this. Okay. So, but it doesn't have MAME. That's a real big downside, is this system does not have MAME. So a lot of people say, well, you say arcade, why it doesn't have MAME? Because it only support. So the bad thing about this emulator is when you test one game, you think that it's gonna work and it's gonna work for all the game. No, sad to say, it doesn't work for all the game. Like Game Boy Advance, some game might play good, some game will not play good. Some game might have sound problem. Some game might have some video problem. So not all the game work well. So that's the reason people asking me, Johnny, can you find a Nintendo or a different emulator that will work on this system? And we did find some that will work on this system. But the problem is, the one that we put on this system will work, but it will not play as a 2-player or play on the TV. And that's the downside. And plus, some of them might not even have a full screen. So let me get out this and show you what I'm talking about. So I could go to my SD card, and there's all my emulator. I have 2600 Atari, 2800 Atari, Coleco, and Turbo 16, and this one the Famicom. But you need my NeoGeo.zip file, the BIOS, to make it work. Otherwise, most of your zip file will not work. I mean, not zip file, but the FBA, you need to download the FBA as well. I mean, if you're using the emulator, you need to download the NeoGeo.zip file. Okay? This game is cool. I never know. I never even know this game exists, and this is a real cool game. No slowdown or nothing. So those of you who are tired of waiting, I mean, this is a real good arcade joystick. Okay? The way they designed it, they copied Neo Geo, and they did a good job. I wish they would develop more and more smaller version of this kind of joystick. It's real cool. I mean, I'm not afraid to use this, you know, I'm not afraid to break it. I mean, it's not going to break. Well, it might if you drop it on the floor. But anyway, this is pretty cool setup. The only downside I see is if you add too many stuff like I did, you will need to plug it in directly. And then once it warm up with the power, like I said, once you drain, this thing drains real fast. Like I charged it overnight, and then I went to work and came back and then plug it in, 10, 12 hours later, and less than 5 minutes, the system is dead. So you're supposed to wait for a few hours before you plug it in. So that's the reason the screen was doing crazy stuff. But I mean, those of you who like mini arcade, I do recommend retro. If I could get this all in here, I do recommend getting the RetroArcade. Now, RetroArcade is not the best emulator in the world, but by adding Raspberry Pi, it becomes the best system you could ever own in a small version. Because if you think about it, you buy 2 of the Walmart $20 or My Arcade is $25. If you get the cheap one, it's like roughly $25 for My Arcade. You buy 2 of those, it's already what, $50. You almost could buy a RetroArcade. And Raspberry Pi is only $35. So it's equivalent to one of the My Arcade. Let me turn the sound down. It's getting pretty loud. You have to talk real loud on this. So My Arcade, Raspberry Pi is only $35, and the system board is roughly $49. And you have to have a video card to support it, because we took the system board out of here, so there's no video card to support the screen 4.3, and it's a good screen. You don't want to toss the screen. It's a very good screen. You look at all angles, the screen is good, so you want to keep it. You just need to get a video card. Now, I had a problem with Adafruit. I'm really not sure what's going on. I probably had to get with a technician with the Adafruit and find out why when I first boot up it's doing the screen rotation like this. And now the video card, you could buy any kind of video card to support this. Now RgR is also developing a new card that he created. Be patient with that. He's still working on it, and he's trying to get it to you guys as soon as he because when he that's why it's pre-order. The video card is really awesome. The way he made it, you have a open hole in the car, so the heat will not be sandwiched down, and all stuck inside this video card and Raspberry Pi. So you have a hole open up, so which is good. And He's gonna send me one so I could do a demo on it, how to put it in and stuff like that. So once I get that in, I will do another video on, putting the system on it. And we could still try to do Raspberry Pi, the fan, but I really will probably went and unplug this Marquia, because it's really draining my battery real fast. So it's crazy. It's like I'm doing a video and suddenly shut off. So yes, you might want to do that. But this thing is real awesome. You could set it to the box screen. Those people doesn't like the game stretch. You could play the game not stretch, and you could play the game you want to stretch. Like me, you could stretch the game to a full screen and play like that. So, and you could take any model of this and change it to this one. Okay. I know one person asked me, I have a smoke black, can I change it to this? Yes, you can. I have a red one or a different color, can I change it to this? Yes, you can. You could change it exactly, the Model 1 and Model 2 inside exactly the same size as that one. So you could get any model you have. This is a version 2 and this is the version 1, the first generation that came out. You could use any of the case and it will work just fine. Okay, because they are exactly the same size. So, okay, so that's one thing real cool about this, is this thing really play well on this system. Let me try play this game. Somebody want me to test this for them, so let me go ahead and test it real quick. Insert coin, insert another coin, start the game. I don't know who to pick. Girl, boy, old man. Let's pick a young man. Star or okay, B. So like I say, I never played this game, so I don't know how to really play this game. I think it's more like Metal Slug in a way, kind of like Metal Slug. Did it throw dynamite? Oh, it got a fire to protect me. Okay, which one's my jump? Oh, okay, that's my jump. Oh, I got hit. Turn my back to them. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So you can press the select and R to save it, and that's too low, and let's get out. So it's pretty cool. I wonder if I have the C game. I want to compare the game. No, it's not a C, it's a D. No, it's a, I think it is a C. Well, let's just go to catalog. I think it's part 1. There you go. So let's look at it, see what it looked like. Same game. I mean, some of the game that they did is very similar to the emulator that they're using, because it pretty much is the same emulator that's using it. But their emulator is kind of weird. The final burnout is that it doesn't really support all the Neo Geo, so that's why they got rid of it. But I went and put it back. Those of you who subscribe to me know where to download all the FBA format that I converted for you. You just download it, the whole set is there, and then you can play all your Neo Geo there. Okay, but those of you who want to go one step further, one step better, playing better game, and don't have to put up with, you know, what emulator work, which emulator doesn't work, I recommend to go ahead and upgrade to this, into RgR. It's a good, it control all the controller, and it put everything together in one. It marry the Raspberry Pi and the screen and everything, and the joystick and the SD card and the power, everything in one. So you don't have to do anything or buy extra card or do any soldering or poke a hole or anything. The RgR board will support all your stuff, put it together. The only thing you have to buy is the video card, Raspberry Pi, and download the image. And the image that I download is by Harry's Super.Display.B plus and 3B. It support both version, and this emulator is real awesome. I like it. It got all the guy have a good taste. All the game in there that I like is in there. So that's why I say he have good taste. I didn't have to like, oh my goodness, there's one game missing, you know, templates is missing, or Mrs. Pac-Man's missing. It's all there, you know, like Double Dragon, you know, Street Fighter Champion Edition. It's all the game is there. So that's why it's real cool about this one. Is you could play any game, anytime, anywhere you want. And if you want more power and you want to play it longer, just plug it in the power cable. And or like me, I bought 2 battery and I charge it on the outside. And whenever I need it, I just pop it in. You know, I don't screw the screw back in. I just leave the screw out. Anyway, clip on, it won't come off. So I just pop it out, pop it in, different battery, and then I don't worry about is it charged or not charged. So that's one way to do that. Alright, so hopefully this helped. As you can see, screen by screen, one is running Raspberry Pi, one is running the RetroArcade, you know, and they put this this game in the top because they know it's gonna work well. So we are demoing the one that actually work well. But if we demo like some game that doesn't work well, it look pretty bad. You know, it doesn't play that well. But this is the one that they actually does work well, and that's why they put it on. Now I don't remember how to get out here. Escape. No, let's just start. Double key, yeah. And this one also have save. You know, you could save it. So that's one thing good about using original framework. You don't want to upgrade to Pymenu on this one or custom firmware. Custom firmware to me is downgrading. This is the newer version of firmware. It's actually work better. You could get all the emulator you got from customer firmware and transfer to here. But the only two that you cannot transfer over here is the Sega Master System 8-bit game and Game Gear handheld from Sega. Those two are the only two I cannot find the emulator that work on this system. But everything else work fine. And you could have 2 choice of emulator. You don't have to stuck with just the emulator come with this one. Okay. So if you go to my channel and click, you will find all those different emulators that I already provide for this system. So you go and check those out. Okay. It's because I have a lot of emulators. See. all this cool emulator is there. Nintendo version of emulator. Okay, so you could, you know, choose to have a smaller screen, box screen, or bigger screen. It's your choice. Okay, so hopefully this helped explain a lot of stuff. Now, I don't sponsor the RetroArcade. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not making money for doing this video. I'm not getting support, sponsor, or donation on any of this thing that I'm doing. All these things come on my own pocket. Now, the RgR, I did got it for free, and I'm very thankful that he gave me that because I was wondering how can I upgrade this to something like Raspberry Pi, and he opened my eye and he allowed me to able to do that. So I really thank him for that, and it's real cool, you know. So that's why if something is great, I will tell you guys great. If something is bad, I will tell you it's bad. I go by what I see, and so far some of you might not have this problem with the battery because you don't have Makia light. I do, so I have this kind of problem. So I still want to keep it because I go to the trouble of trying to come up a way to put it in here, and I successfully did it. So I really not sure I want to take it out because I like it, you know. I just have to plug it in, you know, when I want to play it. You know, I might have to create a. I'm thinking about maybe I'll create a button that I could turn it off and on for this because it's a plug-in, and I could add a little switch and then put it right here so I could switch off and on the Makia. So that way we'll save some light. If I'm traveling and playing with it and I don't want Makia light to be on, I could turn it off. So I think I'll do that. I'll create not a switch but a button so I can push it and then turn it off and push it on and turn it back on. So I think I'll do that and make that happen so that way I don't eat up my my resource battery. So I might do that with both this and the fan. I could do that because they both plug into the video card. So the video card is giving up the stuff, so maybe that's why it's also creating the screen scrolling, you know, when I first 2 times boot up. Alright, enough talking. Hope this helped. If you have any question, let me know. Or like, what game does it have? You know, so I don't mind you ask me and I will do a video and let you know if we have it or not. Okay. Alright, thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing, and thank you for giving me comment and thumb up, so let me know that people out there are watching, and the stuff that I'm putting out there that's helpful. It make me motivate me to do more video for it and give you guys support as well. Alright, thank you for watching. Talk to you later. Bye bye.